Hello Rockville, here's what you need to know about your city. We have your recap of this year's annual Uncorked Wine and Music Festival, the latest update on the new police headquarters, and we'll tell you why Rockville is sustainable certified. All that and more in the September edition of Rockville's 11. Hello and welcome to the September edition of Rockville's 11. I'm your host, Bridget Breuer. We kick off this month's show with a recap of the city's annual Wine and Music Festival. Uncorked is coming in as our number 11 story.
Oh, this is just a fantastic get-together. We got great music, great food, and the wine selection. It's awesome. It's great.
Well, this is our first event that we've done in Rockville, the first time we've been to this festival. But it's been great so far. It's a pretty good turnout. It's been a little bit rainy, but people are still turning out and having a good time.
To see my friends and neighbors out here, and it's a wonderful time for the fall and the harvest time to taste the wines of the region.
Well, this event, it's a great way to support the local agriculture because it brings out all the, a good majority of the Maryland wineries. And so people, instead of traveling all over the state, they can just come to this event and taste some really great wines. And, they can also purchase wine here. And then we have some great local bands and some great cooking demonstrations from some local chefs from l'Académie des Cuisines, as well as Tower Oaks here in Rockville. So it's a local event. It's a favorite event that kind of closes out the summer right before school starts.
National Night Out is an annual event that brings our Rockville City Police together with neighborhoods all around the city. We have the recap in our number 10 spot.
This is National Night Out.
Wave it over and say presto.
National Night Out is a way to actually engage the community. It's something that is very important for the City of Rockville, which is the safety of its residents. And by doing National Night Out, we encourage everyone to come out, to have a great time, to meet their neighbors, and also to talk about, what are the issues that are important for the community.
It's a lovely night, and it's a great way to remind the neighborhood that they can take over the streets and keep crime at a minimum and show the city and themselves that they are related to one another and can protect one another.
I think it's very important for neighbors to reconnect with each other, to see who they are and make new friends, and I think it's a more secure community that way.
It's also an opportunity for people to connect with each other, to connect with their elected officials, to connect with their neighbors and people that may not necessarily be folks that they're used to seeing every day. And it's really a wonderful opportunity to share some great times, great food, and great fellowship.
National Night Out is important for all of us because we get to know each other as community, as individuals, not just passing by on the street, and that's how we communicate with each other. Things in the neighborhood that you might need to know, or somebody needs help with something, and if you're friends with your neighbors, then we have a much better community.
Things have been going great. It's the neighborhood taking back the streets, being out, meeting one another, just having a very good time, showing the world that their community is a very safe place for everybody to be out at night. So we're delighted.
The highly anticipated new police headquarters is nearing completion. We wanted to get a construction update for our number 9 spot.
What was once a federal post office has been completely transformed into a brand new state-of-the-art police headquarters building. We caught up with Superintendent Jim Carlson to get the latest update on their progress.
The police station's about 99% complete. We're fine-tuning it, doing punch lists, and then final inspections, and hopefully use and occupancy will follow soon.
The original post office was built in 1938. After 68 years, it was officially closed in 2006. The city assumed ownership of the building in 2008, and the mayor and council authorized a construction contract in February 2011. The City Police Department is currently located in the basement of City Hall in space it outgrew many years ago. The new station will accommodate the department's current workforce and allow for 10% growth.
That turned out real nice design. So we're really pleased.
To learn more about the new police headquarters, go online to rockvillemd.gov/police/headquarters.
Continuing in our coverage of the police station construction, it's our Mayor and Council one-on-one segment with Councilmember Hall. He wanted to talk with Chief Terry Treshik to find out more about this exciting new project for our number 8 spot.
Hi, I'm Councilmember John Hall Jr., and I'm here with our Chief of Police, Terry Treshik, to talk about the new Rockville City Police Department and all of the changes that have taken place. Chief, can you give us an update?
Sure, we're very excited. We got the certificate of occupancy last week, and it looks like we're going to be moving the first half of our staff in a couple more weekends, around September 8th.
What does that mean for operations?
Well, it means that we're going to be taking them out of the lease space and bringing them in here. They'll do the shakedown of the building, and if everything goes correctly and everything's working, we'll move the rest of the department in the next couple weeks after that.
And we've got this wonderful old post office here that has been saved and refurbished with state money, city money, of course, and even federal money. And how's that come along?
It's all come along great. Once we get in here, we'll do an opening that everybody can come in and see what a really good design this building has become, from the administration building up front to the operations in back, and how they're interconnected, and how it just makes a one-stop shopping for someone wanting anything to deal with public safety in the city.
So if I want something from the police department, I'm coming up here, where am I going?
724, the dispatch will be open, and that's for all the police operations. For anything on the administrative level, you go into the management building here, administration building, and staff will be there Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 5.
Okay. Now, that's an old post office, right?
That's correct.
Any chance that I could get stamps while I'm in there?
You can. I'll take them out of my back pocket and give them to you.
Thank you very much. Excellent. Tell me how you feel about the new facility, especially in contrast to what you've had in City Hall for so many years.
We've been working in about 5,000 square feet of space for years and years, and we've got almost 100 employees. To have 25,000 square feet of working space with actual interview rooms, with actual rooms where people can concentrate and do their job, I'm really looking forward to it. And I think all the officers and all the staff are looking forward to it.
I think all of us in City Hall are as well. I mean, it's great to have you all in there. But I know that you've been terribly cramped, and this is just a wonderful opportunity and a great facility.
Well, it's in the heart of the city, and that's where a police department should be, accessible to all, whether they walk, bike, or drive a car. Anybody can get to us at any time, and that's the most important part of this.
I absolutely agree. Chief, any final words that you want to add?
No, I think that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. So we're glad to have you all here for this particular Mayor and Council opportunity to discuss with our Chief of Police, Terry Treshik, the new Rockville City Police Department. Take care.
The city was recently awarded a federal grant to upgrade the pedestrian safety facilities around Twinbrook and Rockville Metro. Our Ellie Keba has more in our number 7 story.
That's right, Bridget. I'm here at the Twinbrook Metro Station, where thanks to a federal grant, streets are becoming even safer. As part of the city's continued plan to be proactive with pedestrian safety, Rockville's Public Works Department applied for and received a federal grant to upgrade everything from bike lanes to crosswalks around the Twinbrook and Rockville Metro stops.
The city received an $827,000 Federal Highway Administration grant through the Transportation Community and System Preservation Grant. The TCSP is what we call it. And it's actually going to allow us to work on 4 corridors here at the Twinbrook Metro Station to put into place spot improvements for pedestrian accessibility and safety, such as bump outs at the existing crosswalks and refurbishment of some of the existing paint that's faded over the years.
These changes are not responses to problems or complaints, but rather are efforts to anticipate needed improvements due to expected growth in the Twinbrook area.
Rockville is really a pedestrian-first city, and we proactively implement these types of pedestrian improvements fairly regularly, and this grant is going to allow us to really speed up how we're able to implement, how much we can do in the horizon year of this grant. And it's going to take some time to get into place because of the federal requirements and state requirements, but it's going to be a lot faster than we'd be able to otherwise due to the funding.
And while we were talking to Folden about pedestrian safety updates, we wanted to get his thoughts on how to stay safe on the road while school is in session.
When school rolls around, we see the travel pattern increase. There's a lot more traffic. A lot of people are trying to get to places, different after-school activities. Work schedules change a little bit. So certainly as kids are back to school, you want to look both ways when you cross the street. Make sure that the drivers can see you. If you're about to cross the street, only cross at marked crossings. And really just exercise a lot of caution as you near the roadway.
To learn more about pedestrian safety in Rockville, go to rockvillemd.gov/transportation.
Peerless Rockville has a new book out authored by Teresa Lakeen. We wanted to find out more about Rockville's recent past, and our Jennifer Ligsay has the story for our number 6 spot.
The City of Rockville is full of history, and I'm here today with historian Terry Lakeen to discuss her latest publication, which gives us a blast from Rockville's recent past.
Rockville's got a very interesting and wonderful history.
Lakeen's book, Rockville's Recent Past, gives readers a glance at mid-century architecture and how Rockville has developed into the city we know today.
We wanted really to explore a very critical period in Rockville's history, the post-war era, specifically the 50s, 60s, and 70s, a time when Rockville was transformed from a rather small, sleepy town, a county seat, nevertheless, but a rather small town into a booming suburban city, a full-service city with a modern government. And we wanted to look at the neighborhoods, churches, schools, public buildings, libraries, shopping centers, and medical and healthcare facilities that were built during this time.
And one of the healthcare facilities featured in the book is the Tenley Building, still standing today on Rockville Pike.
And this one was built by an investment group of 10 doctors and dentists, hence the name Tenley, T-E-N-L-E-Y, building.
While the book offers an in-depth analysis of the specific time in Rockville, Lakeen also hopes readers gain a different outlook on what makes history.
One of the objectives of the book was to help people develop an awareness of history that's still recent enough to be in people's memory, but it's also history that's almost 50 years old. And we were trying to cultivate a perspective on that. It doesn't have to be 100, 200, 300 years old to be historic. Something like the Tenley Building that clearly has a place in local history in terms of delivery of healthcare services in Rockville. Something even from 1964 can have historic value, and we need to develop a greater awareness of it and also advocate for the preservation and or reuse of these buildings.
And historic preservation is what Peerless Rockville is all about, which sponsored the making of the book. While Rockville's Recent Past was published in June of this year, for Lakeen, it's an ongoing project.
There was much to keep us going and to keep us interested, and I'm already thinking of chapters that I'd like to add if we do any revisions. I'm already thinking of other areas of this period that we'd like to add on to. Multifamily housing, for example, would be one.
To learn more about Peerless Rockville or to find out how to order your own copy of Rockville's Recent Past, visit peerlessrockville.org. For Rockville's 11, I'm Jennifer Ligsay.
As part of Rockville's 11's partnership with the Rockville Senior Commission, we wanted to profile an artist at the Senior Center, and our LA Keva has more for our number 5 story.
That's right, Bridget. We're here at the Rockville Senior Center, where one member's artwork has become a very popular exhibit.
The show was very, very well received, way past my expectation.
A member of the Senior Center, Pierre Ruffo, was pleased to see his artwork being enjoyed by the community.
First of all, it's a beautiful place for me to show my stuff, my guide, as I call them. People keep coming several times, some of them. Some people stayed 1 hour the first time they came back again. People came from all over.
Ruffo has worked with many different mediums and is well known for his photography, but he discovered a new passion when he began working with the Japanese art of wabi-sabi. But what exactly is wabi-sabi?
Wabi-sabi is the Japanese art of finding beauty in imperfection, profundity in nature, of accepting the natural cycle of growth, decay, and death. Wabi-sabi celebrates cracks, rust, missing or broken parts, all the mark of time. It's modest, unpretentious. It's undeclared beauty waiting to be rediscovered. All the trolls, all the stands are made from recovered wood.
Where did his inspiration to create his trolls come from?
When I retired from work in 2010, I started taking long walks in the woods, and I started finding objects or dead wood, driftwood that I would turn into flower pots. Soon after that, I started finding small animal-like forms that I turned into what became the trolls. And soon after, the trolls started having messages that they wanted to bring to the world.
We wanted to know more about Raffo's trolls and their messages.
The trolls are trying to bring greater peace or harmony to the world. Here the message is, I am resting in myself. My life flows without interruption, without doubt, without fears. I have no regret about my past. I am fully present. All my life I have been kind of looking for something special that nobody else was doing. And then suddenly the trolls fell into my hand. And I feel like they found me rather than me finding them. And I became so passionate about the trolls that it was like falling in love for the first time. I mean, I was just so happy I nearly cried that suddenly what I have been looking for all my life just came to me. I think it's beautiful.
For Rockville's 11, I'm Ali Keba.
That's no.
Rockville is now the second municipality in the state to earn a certificate of sustainability by a new statewide environmental program. Our Luis Baja wanted to find out more in our number 4 story.
I'm Luis Baja outside of the Rockville's Farmers Market, one of the highlights of community sustainability here in the city. And it's just one of the reasons why Rockville was able to achieve this great certification.
Sustainable Maryland Certified is a new program for Maryland municipalities that want to go green, create more livable, healthier communities, get an economic advantage, and also serve as leaderships for the community.
The Sustainable Maryland Certified program is voluntary, but achieving the minimum requirements and 150 points for certification is a rigorous process. The program looks at the community as a whole, rating everything from water quality and waste management to health and wellness.
Today we're at the Farmers Market in Rockville Town Center, and it's a great example of community sustainability. Not only does the Farmers Market provide access to healthy local food, it also is a great community gathering place, provides weekly entertainment, and is located in Rockville Town Center, which has a vibrant mix of businesses, homes, and offices that are all within walking distance to public transportation. There are overall 24 Maryland municipalities seeking certification, and it's a brand new program, and it shows our leadership in the community for a variety of programs.
So what does being Sustainable Maryland Certified mean for the city and its residents?
It helps save tax dollars. By implementing sustainability programs, the city has saved tax dollar money from energy retrofits that save electricity in our municipal facilities, in our street lights, and in our traffic lights. It also helps create revenue. Our recycling program last year created over $440,000 in revenue just by residents participating in sustainability.
Another way residents can get involved with helping the city stay sustainable is by participating in the Rockville Rewards program.
These cards are going on sale on September 1st, and they promote local businesses. They provide you with unlimited discounts to our local services, restaurants, and other retail environments, and they help support local charities, schools, and other nonprofit organizations in Rockville.
To learn more about sustainability in Rockville, go to rockvillemd.gov/environment/sustainability.
In an effort to encourage voter turnout in the city, Rockville is encouraging residents to register to vote. We wanted to find out more in our number 3 spot.
We want people to be voting. We want people to be engaged in the city. So voter registration is really important to expanding human rights, basically.
Human Rights Commission Chair David Smith wants you to hit the polls, but before you can do that, you have to be registered to vote. As a way to make the process easier, the HRC is hosting its first ever voter registration marathon on September the 8th. Held at 6 different locations, the idea is to get more city residents registered.
The marathon is a way of focusing on this idea of voter registration, particularly with the fact that we have a presidential election coming up, the fact of kind of getting people's interest in voting.
There are 11 members that make up Rockville's Human Rights Commission. Their mission is to ensure equal treatment, free from discrimination for people who live, visit, or work in the city.
We have a number of responsibilities, but look out for human rights and to promote human rights in the city, voter registration is really an integral part of that. We use a number of different means of promoting human rights, including getting people engaged in their government, in their community, through the process of voting. Voter registration and going to the polls and raising your voice is really a major portion of advocating for human rights.
If you miss the marathon, you can still register to vote at post offices, public libraries, or even by visiting the county website at 777vote.org. Once at the website, scroll down and click on Registration Application under Voter/Resident Information. For more on the city's Human Rights Commission, go online to rockvillemd.gov and search Human Rights. For Rockville's 11, I'm Luis Baja.
The 12th annual Back to School Gym at Lincoln Park Community Center was another huge success. Our Jennifer Ligsay has a story in our number 2 spot.
It was a fun-filled event yet again for families as school children received school supplies and backpacks to get ready for the new school year and to learn about city services.
We want to make sure that we're getting information out to the parents to make sure that their kids are healthy, happy, and safe for the school year.
So this is just a great opportunity for a lot of the families to come here and be able to get backpacks and not have to worry about the cost so much. I mean, it's only $1 to get a whole backpack full of stuff.
And with a total of 537 backpacks handed out to the kids, the event had a great turnout for Community Center Supervisor Yvette Yaboa.
The students are so excited. They're eager. They're ready to go back to school, so you get to see the smiling faces. They get a brand new backpack with supplies that have folders, notebook, pencils, pens inside of them. It's just an exciting time for everyone. Parents are able to get what they need from the schools. We're able to hand out backpacks, see that great smile, and the kids are ready to go back to school. And they may be nervous, but for the most part, they're excited.
For more information on other events at the Lincoln Park Community Center, go to rockvillemd.gov/LPCC. For Rockville's 11, I'm Jennifer Ligsay.
Now it's time for our regular feature we're calling Quick Hits for our number 1 spot. We wanted to let you know about 2 events coming up this month in Rockville Town Square. First, F. Scott Fitzgerald's birthday party happening on September 23rd. There'll be a rocking birthday celebration for the author F. Scott Fitzgerald at the square from 1 to 4 p.m. Be sure to come by for a swing band, theater performances, short films, and cupcakes to celebrate Rockville's favorite author. Also, join us at the Healthy Living Expo on September 29th in the square from noon to 3. Learn all about healthy living with demonstrations, activities, and water bottle giveaways from the Department of Rec and Parks. Know a family member or friend who is full of good deeds and serves the community? Then send in your nominations for the Good Neighbor Awards. The nominee must be a resident of Rockville who has contributed to the community during the current calendar year. To nominate, go to rockvillemd.gov and search Good Neighbor. The Charter Review Commission wants to hear from you. Residents are invited to share their thoughts on the structure of Rockville's government. Head to rockvillemd.gov and search Charter Review or contact the Office of the City Clerk at clerk@rockvillemd.gov or call 240-314-8280. And finally, we wanted to remind you to take a look at the city's annual report. Residents can learn more about their city through the annual report and find out how they can get involved to build a better future for Rockville. Check out your most recent version of Rockville Reports. Well, that's it for this September edition of Rockville's 11. I'm your host, Bridget Breuer. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, you can follow us on Twitter at Rockville11 or watch us on YouTube at City of Rockville. We'll see you next time.